Good evening, everyone. Once again, here we go with another kind of tropical update here from wonderful Dauphin Island, Alabama, pictured as you see where the blue dot is. So if you follow our tennis channel, again, if you see tropical updates coming up, you know that in our area of the world or the country that we are anticipating tropical weather. So I have my trusty dollar store sun or reading glasses on, so we're going to get right into this. So really an incredible, unprecedented type setup here. We have two projected category 1, if not more intense level hurricanes approaching the same area at in essence the same time, one right after the other. There is going to be a whole lot to talk about when this is all said and done, but as usual, before these storms get into our kind of area here on Dauphin Island, Alabama, there's not much to go outside and film. So let's look at where we are headed from this point moving forward. So this is one of my kind of impromptu videos, kind of just after some tennis lessons. So I'm going to jump over to trustyspaghettimodels.com, and let's just start from the top. So let's start with... we'll start with Marco. You know, Marco and Laura, these two tropical storms, is kind of like Bonnie and Clyde. You know, Marco and Laura, I think, are going to replace Bonnie and Clyde in the history books. But let's take a look at it. So Marco never actually crossed the Yucatan Peninsula, which its development was not hampered really much at all. If anything, it's remaining its course. It has not really shifted to the west as was advised earlier in the day today, and that kind of northwesterly track has remained. So we must remember that the northeastern quadrant. So let's say that this storm comes across New Orleans area here, right? So the northeastern quadrant of this kind of X and Y axis is here where we are in the Dauphin Island area. So maybe not the most catastrophic type storm, but we're talking 2 to 3, 4 foot storm surge on this on top of high tide. So for us here in coastal Alabama, surely everyone on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and below sea level in the New Orleans area, a couple of feet extra water on top of high tide is catastrophic, and I know it is for us here in the Dauphin Island area. So it looks like, you know, right now it's Saturday night about 7:19, as you can see 19:19 in the upper left-hand corner. I'm just more fond of the 24-hour clock than the 12-hour, hence why you see the 19:20. So it's 7:20 here, Central Standard Time, and I'm projecting rainfall to begin in the wee hours of the morning, headed into tomorrow morning. So I think Sunday in the afternoon could be spotty downpours and maybe clear as a bell, and then a downpour a little bit longer. But nonetheless, the storm surge and the storm will proceed forward. And I think between Sunday, Monday afternoon, that this storm is going to be something that's just going to be punishing the northern Gulf Coast. And again, maybe it's not too much wind, as you can see here, the projected wind forecast. It's not intense. I know these dark reds are intense on the graph, but, you know, we're 60, 70, 80 mile an hour type winds with that kind of northeasterly flow into inland areas around the boot of Louisiana, especially as the wind comes around counterclockwise. The casino areas in Biloxi, the interior areas of Mobile Bay, the west end of Dauphin Island. So all in all, the Yucatan did not slow this storm down, and we cannot forget that because of that, the spaghetti models have not shifted west and have not dissipated, but are maintaining steam on course to head into the northern Gulf of Mexico, whether it is a landfall in the central Louisiana area or whether it's a landfall even into Pensacola or here where we are. I can assure you that the northeastern edge of this storm is going to be one that will be something that all of us should pay very, very close attention to. Let me see if I can pop my pen off here, pop it back off. I don't know on my screen. Is it working? Pause. Wow, I think I just dealt with my own technical difficulty and was able to pull it off. All right, so enough about Marco, the last kind of set of models where this thing could go. As you can see, a lot of these models still have this storm heading into our neck of the woods. Intensity What does the intensity look like? Let's jump to the intensity models here. For the longest time, if you followed this, the intensity models have always kind of remained intact, that this would remain a relatively run-of-the-mill tropical storm. That's kind of changed. So we have some models pushing this storm into kind of a category 1, to say the least, and maybe even a minimal category 2. Well, storm surge, winds, everything picks up as the wind goes up. So let's look at this one. So again, this is just kind of the left hook. We haven't gotten the uppercut yet. So the uppercut's coming, and that's going to be the Bonnie and Clyde version, which is Laura. So let's check out Laura and see what Laura's doing. Watch out for this one. So since I started doing these weather videos, by the way, we are already under a tropical storm warning here in the Dauphin Island area. Dauphin Island, again, is in this area, so we are under a tropical storm warning already. Much less there are 2 of these guys, or gals, rather, coming. So let's take a look at Laura, or Bonnie, whatever you want to call her. So a problem with Bonnie, at least where she is now, or I said Bonnie, problem with Laura is projected to travel across the island of Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti, already sitting down there on top of Puerto Rico. Now, all these countries are very prone to landslides, mudslides. My wife Carla has lived in them. So, a lot of rain, just rain in some of these Caribbean countries can be catastrophic. But as the storm proceeds off of kind of these island areas, Cuba, etc., the storm is going to be able to strengthen. So it may not be a disastrous setup for the storm in terms of losing strength, because the Gulf of Mexico is so hot. The Gulf temperatures now are mid-80s. Some places it's just hot to step in the water. Here in Dauphin Island, I can go out and I can stand in the water, and it's right above my ankles or something, and my ankles just are my feet are hot. It's almost uncomfortable to get in the water. So what happens when these storms get into that hot water is they start massively developing. So if you look at the projected cone here, this is from the National Hurricane Service. You can see the center of circulation is anticipated to come ashore around central Louisiana. Again, if you look at the X and Y axis, the northeastern quadrant is generally the most hard hit. You can see this looks like it might take a northerly turn or a northerly jog. As if you guys can remember the way Hurricane Katrina rolled in. Hurricane Katrina kind of rolled in, was headed towards Mobile, and then kind of wobbled to the left at the last minute and really caused kind of, unsurmountable destruction in Louisiana. But that westerly wobble was a really important wobble. So this looks like it has the potential to kind of move north and then wobble back to the east. But we'll see what's happening. So look at what is this? The wind speed probabilities off both storms, at least in the short term. Quite intense. The projected models for Miss Bonnie, as you could say, are all looking like it's going to push ashore. Central Louisiana, again, the northeast quadrant, where we are, is generally the most, I guess you could say, riddled with energy. So, again, these storms are absolutely nothing to take lightly at this point. Any coastal areas, any areas of the northern Gulf of Mexico, rip currents are going to be incredible. So children, animals on the shores, look out for those just crushing shore breaks. Stay out of the water. Really not advisable. I know people go out and try to weather the storm, but don't do it. Nothing ever really good comes of it. Look at the intensity models for this storm. If you look on the x-axis, you see wind speeds on the left-hand side. On the lower or the y-axis, you see hours going out. So within the next 120 hours, this storm on some models has been forecasted to get up to a Category 4. That would be here, Category 3 just below. This could be a catastrophic, absolutely catastrophic type storm. Anyway, stay tuned for this one. This was just kind of a rush thing after some lessons today. But the storms, again, we should know a lot more about them beginning tomorrow evening. As long as we start getting some good filmable weather here tomorrow on the northern Gulf Coast, tomorrow evening, then we'll get out tomorrow and start hitting it. So everybody stay safe, stay hunkered down, get your furniture up. If you're on the coastal areas, get your supplies. I kind of put it off into the last minute, but I think I'm going to get out and get it done tomorrow. So let's go. Fight hard, work hard, be positive. Life has been tough in 2020, but nonetheless, if we all stay positive and work as a team together, then no matter what storm comes our way, we can definitely persevere through that. So we'll see what happens. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. And again, always sorry for these rush videos, but I haven't been in weather mode for 2 days because I'm in tennis mode. But when the weather is all I can do because tennis is rained out, then it's nothing but business right here. Let's go. Vamos. Stay tough, and we'll see you soon. Peace.